What's up everyone, in today's video I'll be giving my overall opinion on multiplayer, zombies, co-op campaign, and of course endgame. Oh, and one more thing, quick intro drop. If you're enjoying the videos and want to game with us, party with us, or chill with us, you can hop into the Discord, links in the bio. Alright, so let's kick this off with the mode the streams caught us back, and that is multiplayer. The great things about multiplayer this year are the return of classic matchmaking, which is now called open matchmaking, and this essentially strips away the heavy skill-based focus and replaces it with ping-based priority. Ping is king again, just like the good old days. And then persistent lobbies are back. Lobbies are no longer disbanded after every match, letting rivalries build from game to game until somebody backs out. Then the nemesis after action report, which was last seen in Black Ops 3. And this just highlights your rival during that match, of course, the player you kill the most or that killed you the most. It is super simple, but it adds more competitivity to the match. Not only are you competing for top frag on your team and a higher KD than anybody on your team or the opposing team, you're also competing not to lose to your nemesis in match, and this is just, I find it really fun, at least in Black Ops 7. The maps look insanely good and they play even better. Honestly shocking considering how rough remasters and movement overhauls usually are. The visuals are straight up artwork, but this could just be my bias towards futuristic CODs like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section though. And then the classic progression system is back, which includes the prestiges from Black Ops 6. They're not all the same, of course, but rewards during prestiges 1 through 10, and then prestige master, which is 1 through 1000. But this time around, prestige masters get something else. They get to make their entire lobby look like a Call of Duty Black Ops 2 hacked lobby with prestige titles and also color changes for their names. I find this really cool, but some people don't. I guess they probably want more items for it. Along with this, the weapons have their own progression system this time, which they have levels. It's like, I think the first is, no, it's 45 on most or 50 on most. It's basically when your gun hits your first prestige, you're going to need a prestige skin, whether from Black Ops 2 or like just a random one they just created recently. Then the second one, you're going to get definitely a new one they created recently. And the final one at level 250, most likely you're going to get a Black Ops 2 skin. Universal, of course, universal camo, my bad. And if it's not Black Ops 2, it's either returning from another game or just a new one they created. And most of these seem to be really cool, like Ace and I don't even remember the other ones, to be honest. But controversial enough, I find the wall jumping plus the on movement actually fun, and this combat adds a legit skill gap to the game, which I prefer to have since they've tried to make it more for casuals. And it's just like basically it fixes the new sliding debuff Treyarch just added, which was necessary, but this adds something to fix it and makes it more fun. Score streaks are absolutely slammed and they're really strong, rewarding and surprisingly balanced since the kill requirements are usually pretty high. So I'm loving multiplayer, but there's definitely cons for this, and now we'll go over them. First off, why does standard matchmaking still exist, which is skill-based matchmaking, and it being an option, of course, is really bad for the games. It's just sabotaging itself, basically shooting itself in the foot. However, it is pretty hard to find. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're not going to be able to find it. Still, I think Treyarch needs to remove it permanently and just add a skill bracket for open matchmaking, where if you're basically falling under the criteria for open matchmaking, you should play in skill-based matchmaking with players your level, your level of skill, or bots to basically turn up your skill or adapt, like Black Ops 1 did, and even Black Ops 2 with their private lobbies. Another thing I find is the iron sights are pretty weak. Many of the visual successors and reincarnations of older weapons like the PDW and MSMC, or even the MAA1, which is a straight up return, have weaker iron sights compared to their originals. They seem to be made to be easier to use compared to the originals, which I prefer the originals in this case. Like, the game has a lot of good iron sights, don't get me wrong. The Peacekeeper, the drawback's really simple. The M15 mod is pretty good. But these definitely need to have fixed iron sights or something. Maybe blueprints that'll bring it back. I don't know. It'd be really cool though. There are bugs that need to be fixed, of course. I've not come across any. Well, I've come across actually a few of them. And I'm going to try addressing them in the Call of Duty thing that they call the Recon. But at this stage, polishing is critical, and the issues are beginning to stack. So Treyarch needs to either try and fix them as soon as possible, or it's going to be a complete overhaul of issues and it's going to be a giant struggle for the game. And I really want this game to succeed because I'm actually having fun with my friends and by myself. So now on to zombies. So what does Black Ops 7 Zombies have to offer? And is there any difference from the other games? So honestly, the maps look very good, though there's a lot of gray toning, which gives the meltdown vibe that Black Ops 7 leaked for its actual own remastered map. And it's super hazy, which I don't know if this is meant just to be like fit the aesthetic or Treyarch is playing around with its new engine or graphics designing, but I'm not a big fan of that. Although some of these locations actually benefit from this dimmer lighting, Exit 115 and Blackwater Lake look incredible with the snow and the low light glow. Ashwood, being a broken and devastated town, fits perfect with the hazy and muted lighting, and it really sells the atmosphere. Zarya Cosmodrome also stands out because its lighting gives off that Ascension style look, which isn't everyone's preference, especially if you want something more modern and radiant. But personally, the aesthetic works and the map ends up feeling quite enjoyable. Van Dorn Farm, though, gives the Black Ops 2 farm spiritual successor energy, though honestly Black Ops 7's toning is brighter than Black Ops 2's because Black Ops 2's actually felt more hazy in this idea. But that might just be my nostalgia talking, to be honest. And it's really cool how each POI has its own lore. Like Ashwood ties to the Warden's operations, Blackwater's haunted by tormented souls due to a tragic drowning, and Farm tells dark stories of cannibalistic families going crazy and mad and insane. I don't have every intel piece yet, but what I've seen so far, and the deeper I go, the more I just enjoy this map's lore, even though there's not an official story like they did in Mob the Dead and like Origins and all that. I'm still enjoying this. Maybe we'll get an official story as time goes on. I don't know anymore. I enjoyed driving between POIs. It's really enjoyable, although I do believe it should stay as a map exclusive. If every zombies map in this game has vehicles, it will die fast due to the uniqueness disappearing bit by bit per match. I also love that Tessie isn't invincible, and waiting for it to repair itself low-key makes me feel like Tessie is Christine from the old horror movies, which were technically before my time, but still, it's really cool. I did try Dead Ops Arcade as well. I made it to like level around 30, I think. I still don't fully understand how the system works or the structures work for rounds and weapons. I never played the Black Ops 3 version if this is anything like it, but I did play the Black Ops 1 version, which was like 11 years ago. And the last time I touched it, I was 8 years old. Still, I'm really glad the Dead Ops Arcade is back, and I'm enjoying these overall zombies experience. However, there is still cons to this, which is sad. But I was never a big fan of the armor system, which when I heard the devs say it's not going to be disappearing in Cursed with a relic, got me kind of sad, to be honest. I cope with it now. I get used to it. It's whatever. I can't make it affect my entire thing. But there are concerns I have. Like, if Juggernaut did not have augments, it would be the most useless perk in the game. If you play armor system properly and put armor plates when you need them, and like just buy vest, you would never need Jug. And this sucks because Jug was very crucial in the old games. I am glad the augments exist because of this, and other reasons, of course. Another thing is, I don't think score streaks should be in zombies. I'm glad they removed it from the box, which is a good thing. They should not be in zombies at all. It is not multiplayer, it is not in-game, and it is not Warzone. Score streaks need to remain out of zombies. And it becomes a late round strat, which actually pisses me off. Another thing is, I'm not a fan of the modern zombie systems. As I have said multiple times, I don't like armor, don't like score streaks. I don't like the weapon rarity system. Stop Warzone-ifying zombies. I truly believe it should stick to most of its core elements. But like I said, I can cope with these things eventually, or I'm learning to now and get used to them and even use them most of the time in most matches. I'm glad that perks have augments though, because it really saves most of the stuff that these Warzone-ified zombie features remove or basically make obsolete. So I'm definitely glad about that. I enjoy the field upgrades, I enjoy the field upgrade. I enjoy the perk upgrade or the perk augments and the ammo mods and ammo mod augments. These, just like I said, they saved zombies issues in my opinion. Alrighty, So now on to the co-op campaign and in-game. Alright, so this situation I'm calling campaign or co-op campaign part 1 and in-game campaign part 2, since it is technically in the campaign settings or system. Alright, so what is good about co-op campaign part 1, aka the actual cinematic campaign story? And what's unfortunate is there's really not much. While we got cool trippy cinematics, cool movie-like cinematics, and cool visuals and characters and open world missions that felt like Batman games rather than a Call of Duty game, and like a Matrix movie rather than a Call of Duty game, that's all we got. We got good graphics, good visuals, but we did not get good stories, fulfilled, or even stories that were from the past and answered. No, we got more untold stories with new characters and killed off characters extremely fast. We got Harper the size of Scarecrow in the Batman Arkham games or Lego Marvel games. We got freaking Stranger Things Woods over here. Honestly, it was fun to play with friends, of course. And I did enjoy playing campaign with friends. That is the only way I could play co-op campaign. Stories like how Harper's alive, how Karma's alive, who Emma Kagan is, what is her reason for leading the guild, and why did the guild turn evil under her leadership. That's another story to be told. Nothing about the Pantheon was mentioned other than the cradle, of course. Why is Alex there? And I know Alex is just a hallucination, but why does the story feel like it's told to Alex and Woods and not at all David Mason? Why is it before Black Ops 4 where David Mason's daughters are alive? There's a lot of stories untold, and this is actually underwhelming because the entire campaign had so much hype built up to it just by the idea of saying it was the first sequel to Black Ops 2 or right after Black Ops 2, and they completely and utterly lost the plot. I truly think this is because it's a new Treyarch team or because it's Raven that made the campaign and Raven does not understand the original story, but it's quite unfortunate. They could have did a lot with Emma. They could have did a lot with the entire crew they got, and they didn't. Now, campaign part 2 was actually pretty good, aka in-game or known in the files as Worlds Collide. This could do better technically, but it's already doing a lot for what we expected, and it's doing really well. See, we got leaks before the game came out of endgame being a extraction shooter or a PvE, PvP, PvE. Of course, now we know it's just a PvE so far. Without, well, it told us there was going to be extra story added, and so far we haven't seen any, but Season 1 could bring more story to it, Season 2 and Season 3 as well afterwards, which would be really good. Especially if they added like missions or even story or intels, like small stories for the characters. It would be really cool to see that done and could fulfill some of the issues that campaign failed to actually do. But I don't know if this is possible. Another thing that endgame did really well is I'm loving the open world missions in Avalon, a map we were supposed to get in Black Ops 6 but didn't get, and it's really fun exploring this map. I love this map actually. It's really good POIs and it looks extremely well. It does remind me a bit of a Warzone map, but at the same time it also doesn't. It features so many older Call of Duty maps and newer maps, and honestly, like I said again, I am enjoying in-game. The missions make me feel like it's a GTA game with open missions from multiple choices to go to. I enjoy that part. I enjoy the fact that it's extraction, so you can get loot, escape within 45 minutes or 48 minutes, and then go back and jump to the next match with more loot or guns and weapons and attachments you get from the game prior, and basically you'll be doing really well with that. I never got the special weapons yet, the exotics, but I will be working towards that in the future, and I will definitely do a video on that as well. This is just my review in general. I truly do believe endgame could be better, but I also believe endgame is actually amazing. Super fun. Everything you'd hope for the campaign. I truly believe the campaign was an introduction for endgame. And I love a lot of the missions EndGame has. I love the gunplay of the game, which is a universal feature of the game. I love how EndGame's XP transfers over to everything in the game. Not only this, and EndGame seems to be the fastest way to gain XP because you're going into the higher tier maps and gaining more XP per kill. Honestly, any of this should be fun. I recommend it to everyone. And I'm going to keep on playing EndGame when I can on my days off from work, as well as multiplayer. So what would I rate Black Ops 7 as a whole? And here's what it goes. I'm rating multiplayer on the low end an 8.5, on the high end a 9. I'm rating zombies on the low end a 7.5, on the high end an 8. And I'm rating campaign a 6, and then EndGame a 8.5 to 9 on the high end, which would come to a total of 30 on the low end and I believe 32 on the high end. Kind of bad, but it's literally because campaign just gyps the game completely. Either way, Black Ops 7 is shaping up to do really well. I'm loving multiplayer. I'm loving zombies and EndGame. 1/4 of the game is bad. Doesn't matter. 75% of the game is pretty freaking good. Alrighty guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for helping us hit 200 subscribers after 4 years, and thank you for always being there to support me. If you guys want to see more behind the scenes content, follow my TikTok or my Instagram. If you guys wish to see more of my gear information and tweets, follow my Twitter, and you can actually get to know me better on there as well. If you guys know this video, it's more of an open mic type of video, and I did write a script, but I did not use it, then definitely leave a like and comment down below if I should do more of it. And if you disliked it, definitely comment below why, and I'll be sure to reply. Alrighty guys, peace out. See you next time.